This is a Punk with Toys, and today we're going to look a little bit more at some more Masters of the Universe, because we watched a video from earlier with Castle Grayskull and the Mysteries of Grayskull. You know that I have a bunch of Masters of the Universe stuff to get through. So, my second video for the night. I'm going to call it quits because it's kind of late and some of us have to work in the morning. So, today I'm going to go over the Eternian Palace Guard, the Royal Defender. And I just picked this guy up, or just got this guy from Big Bad Toys. I was actually able to order them when they were $17. I did cancel 2 of them. I had 4 on order. I decided to only go with 2 because I don't really need 2. I don't need that many. At least not for what I'm doing. So, anyway, so here's our figure. This one is in the package. I'll be opening him up soon. And you can see everything that he comes with here. So here's your guard. I'm glad you can see my reflection here. But anyway, here's your Royal Guard, all souped up and everything. And as you can see, he comes with a shield. But he also comes with the original style Man-at-Arms face, along with the body armor and his mace. Then when you look at the back, I think it looks really cool. I like the way it looks. Here you have 2 Royal Guards kind of charging, protecting everyone in the back there. And then you can kind of see what wave he is part of. And on the side you have like one of him breaking out. There you have him with a sword, which I would assume you could probably use one of the Grayskull swords. You kind of look at it. These out of the Grayskull swords to do something like that. So the one thing I did kind of notice here when I was looking at the top up here is that you have all these Royal Guards attacking, and they do put Man-at-Arms right there. And so he's, center stage right there with his mace, with all of his Royal Guards. So let's take a look at this guy. He really is a nice figure, and this is what you have. And you look at him, and you can obviously tell he's just a repaint, and not even so much a repaint of Man-at-Arms. So here's the Man-at-Arms with the classic head. The only thing that you can see different is the red is painted right there on the belt. Haven't really bothered taking anything off. Matter of fact, there's really no reason to. I actually thought that, if you wanted to go with the classic head, it's cheaper just to have a Man-at-Arms rather than spend another $20 because that's what they cost now. But I understand a lot of people were able to get these over at Big Lots. I haven't been able to see any Big Lots. They were $20. And this is the day after Christmas, they were like $10. But Big Bad Toys are selling, I think, for $20 again. But anyway, I'm rambling on here. So, here's your Royal Guard. And once again, they tend to reuse, as Masters of the Universe always does. They seem to reuse a lot of things. This one is a little bit different. So yeah, maybe this is a little bit different of a staff there. So that's kind of cool. And he has this, basic shield, which is kind of cool. I mean, it differentiates the way he looks compared to Man-at-Arms, and then the body armor is different, and it unclips just like the old style. And one thing that they did do with these figures compared to the old Man-at-Arms was this used to be one piece. They broke up into 2 pieces, so you can move the arm back and forth. So the other thing they obviously did was Man-at-Arms, as we know, only has one side, as they always did. So they went ahead and they just made both sides, just reversed it. They did give you the, the body armor, which is different. I actually like this body armor. I think it looks really cool. And I really do like the mask. Again, head just pops off really easy. Just like all the Master of the Universe stuff, really easy to move around, really to change. But again, there's no reason for me to put the Man-at-Arms head on him and change the body armor when I already have a Man-at-Arms right here. Oops. And again, here is his armor, okay, and his mace. So again, nice looking figure, and as you can tell, this is, drop that for a second. Here's our Man-at-Arms. So it's the exact same thing. They're just giving you something to make a Man-at-Arms. So there's really no use to look for a Man-at-Arms if you're able to get it. So if you don't like the mustache, if you like the original head, you know, here's the two different heads. The two different heads side by side. The helmets are, well, the helmets are definitely different. That is for sure. This one has a little bit more detail. Again, I don't have an original Man-at-Arms. So, same color scheme, but it looks like the original one, well, the one that comes by himself, is a little bit more detailed than this one. Sorry guys, not the greatest review, but you kind of get the gist of everything. So, faces, you know, honestly, I like both. I like the fact that they did something a little bit different, give him a mustache. But the classic head, he just, you know, talk about mean mugging someone. Or if you don't want to use them, you can be, you know, someone that's, you know, let's put the original head back on him. So, no, he could just be, you know, another guy in your army, depending on how many of these, you know, you want to spend the money on. And again, if you get one of these and you're just like, hey, you know what? I don't really want to spend the money, an extra $5, because I can find Man-at-Arms for 15 bucks, if you can. You just pop the heads off and swap them. And if you have a bunch of these, and I know a lot of people ordered a whole bunch, you're going to end up with a whole bunch of heads. Probably sell them on eBay. Make a couple bucks, make a little bit of your money back, just so people can have a classic looking Man-at-Arms. So anyway, that's it. Again, if you like these figures, you know, this is the first army builder that I know of that you can get. Again, 20 bucks. You know, I do like it. You know, again, it's essentially two different figures. You know, it comes in this nice, like I said, it's a nice deluxe box. Yeah, artwork is nice and everything, but again, all the figures have actually gone up in price. I don't know if anyone's noticed that, but Target and everyone, I believe they're selling the figures now for $18. I know Big Bad Toys is. So once again, it seems like the $15 figure now it's jumped up to $18, the $20 figure, and that jumped up to $23. They're taking some pretty big jumps, especially for how many figures they're pumping out. So I think it is going to start hurting people's pocketbooks. I know it's going to hurt mine, but hey, you know, it just makes you pick and choose what you want. So anyway, I am rambling on. Here is your Palace Guard. There's your Man-at-Arms. And again, if you want to make this figure, okay, you can do it with this figure. The only difference is, again, in his belt, he's got the red dot. So you can't really fake that, but really not that big of a deal, let's be honest. The red actually kind of breaks it up a little bit better. And maybe you don't like that head. Maybe you don't, but I gotta say this. I think Mattel has really done a wonderful job of realizing their mistakes. And they took a lot of grief for that He-Man face and how much people hated it. And now they've decided to course correct. Skeletor I never really noticed. At the same time, a lot of people think that, hey, you know what, you knew people weren't going to like it. You put that out, so everyone bought it. And now you're going to redo He-Man and Skeletor. We already have a whole bunch of those coming out. It was just a cash grab. It's hard to say, my opinion. I would think that the toy manufacturer would think that people want something a little bit different, and then they realize they didn't. And honestly, Hasbro is a perfect example to look at the G.I. Joes, because they tried to do something with the classified and people complained. They complained and they complained, and now it's course correcting back to now making for O-rings for G.I. Joe, and obviously their classified figures have started to look more like the original figures rather than a futuristic style military. I think Mattel kind of did the same thing. They realized people didn't like that He-Man face, so they went with the classic OG He-Man face. They threw in this box here, which really, to me, is a throw-in, because you gave them army builders, and you want to have someone guarding Castle Grayskull. But the more, the big thing that you got to think about is, man, these guys, if they come out of these Royal Guards, they gotta be coming out with the King and Queen soon. So I'm looking forward to that. You gotta say, I really like Revelations. I'm looking forward to, hopefully they can adapt some of the new Revelation figures into looking like the Origins figures, which that would be really cool, because as I said in my last video, I am trying to avoid the Revelation figures, the Masterverse figures. They're not really Revelation, they're Masterverse, due to the cost of them, to limited space, and trying to stay with one Motu line, because right now there's actually a few Motu lines if you want to count the little figures and different things like that. So anyway, time for me to wrap it up, get this thing going. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy the video, give me a thumbs up. Follow my page. Follow me on Instagram, A Punk with Toys. I appreciate it. I always posting new stuff when I get it. Not everything I do, I don't do a review on everything, and sometimes I just take new pictures of my collection and I post it. And I know people, they like to see what other people get. We all love toy collecting. We all love the plastic, so we all like to see what other people are into, what other people do, how they do their display. So anyway, again, I'm rambling. It's almost midnight. Time for me to go. Again, Instagram, A Punk with Toys, and have fun toy collecting.